Welcome to Pure Deen Academy. To understand the Jawshan Kabeer, we have to travel back to the early days of Islam, to a time of intense struggle. Imagine the scene. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is in the midst of a military campaign. He is wearing a heavy coat of mail, layers of iron rings designed to stop a blade. But the armor is heavy. The desert sun is unforgiving, and the physical burden is immense. In this moment of exhaustion, Jibril, peace be upon him, appears. He brings a message that would change the way believers seek protection forever. He tells the Prophet, "O Muhammad, your Lord conveys his salutations to you and says, 'Take off this coat of mail and recite this supplication, for it is a protection for you and your nation.'" This was the revelation of the great armor. Think about the symbolism here. Allah was teaching us that while physical means are important, the ultimate protection comes from the divine presence. This prayer wasn't just words, it was a celestial shield made of 1001 names and attributes of God. A symphony of attributes. Most of us are familiar with the 99 names of Allah, the Asma'ul Husna. But the Jawshan Kabeer expands our horizons into 1001 names. Why so many? Because the Creator's perfection is infinite. The prayer is structured into 100 sections or paragraphs. Each section contains 10 names, and each section ends with a beautiful rhythmic refrain. Praise be to thee, there is no God but thee. The relief, save us from the fire, O Lord. The names are grouped with incredible wisdom. One section might focus on Allah as the Creator, the one who brings life from death. Another might focus on Him as the Provider, the one who feeds the birds in the sky and the fish in the deep sea. By the time you reach the 1001st name, your heart has traveled through every possible dimension of God's mercy, power, and beauty. It is a linguistic masterpiece that uses saj, or rhymed prose, making it feel like a spiritual heartbeat. From battlefields to hearts. As the centuries passed, the Jawshan Kabeer moved from the battlefield into the daily lives of the Ummah. It became a legacy of the Ahl al-Bayt and a treasure for the scholars. In the great Islamic empires, from the Ottomans to the Mughals, this prayer was transcribed by the finest calligraphers. Why has it survived for 1400 years? Because it addresses a fundamental human need, the need to feel safe. In the medieval era, travelers would carry a copy of the Jawshan Kabeer to protect them from bandits. In times of plague, communities would recite it together to seek divine healing. But the greatest legacy is its role during the nights of Ramadan, specifically Laylat al-Qadr. Millions of believers stand in the dark of the night reciting these names, believing that the one who recites this prayer with sincerity will have the gates of paradise opened for them. The spiritual science of protection. How does a prayer act as armor? In Islamic spirituality, we believe that everything has a vibration. When you utter names like Ya Hafiz or Ya Rauf, you are surrounding your soul with the energy of those attributes. The Jawshan Kabeer is often called the light upon light. It is believed that if you write this prayer on a shroud, the light of these names will illuminate the grave. If you recite it at the start of a journey, the 1001 names act as 1001 guardians. But the true protection is internal. It protects the heart from the iron armor of arrogance and the rust of sin. It makes the believer soft toward God and firm against despair. Your shield today. In our modern world, we may not wear iron coats of mail, but we face battles of anxiety, stress, and spiritual disconnectedness. The legacy of the Jawshan Kabeer is an invitation to put down the heavy burdens of this world and put on the light of the divine names. It is a 1400-year-old gift that remains as fresh today as it was on that ancient battlefield. As you listen to these names, let them be your armor. Let them be your peace. Thank you for joining us at Pure Deen Academy. May the 1001 names of Allah protect you always.